Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I'm going to take up an interesting TryHackMe capture the flag challenge, and it's a easy level challenge. So if you know how to do this, it will hardly take only few minutes to resolve. And we are also going to use Python programming language in this specific CTF, and we are going to create a simple script to get our flag. So without further ado, let me explain. All right, now we are in the Mr.Phisher TryHackMe room, and here you can see the one line about this room. I received a suspicious email with very weird looking attachment. It keeps on asking me enable macros and what are those. So from this line, you can understand this is like a malware analysis room, a kind of malware analysis kind of room, and also you can consider it as an forensic analysis room. So whatever it is, just a post that mean once the incident took place, it is just a post assessment, and they actually offered their TryHackMe room to take up this challenge, and I already started that machine. The machine is already running, and also you have to ensure that you are already connected to the TryHackMe's VPN. I already connected, so I got the IP from TryHackMe's network, and now I am in the TryHackMe's network. I'll be able to access this machine without any issue now. So for I'm just testing this machine reachability, and here we go. It is reachable, and I already started. Let's read what we are having here. The same line given. Access this challenge by deploying the machine attached to this task by pressing the green start button. Okay, we already did this. And once you started this machine, you have to spawn this machine, this specific machine, and within the TryHackMe's machine, you need to navigate to this path to find the spooky attachment that we need to analyze. And here you can see a link given. So this link is nothing but it contains the group of phishing email analysis room that is already published in TryHackMe. We already did videos about this room. I'm adding this videos link in the description, so it will be easy for you to understand the basics. And yeah, now it is fine. We only need to find the flag. We need to uncover the document and find the flag. Once we slap that flag here, the challenge will be done. All right, now we already connected, we already started that machine. So I'm clicking show split view, and in the split view we can see the TryHackMe's machine, but this view is quite annoying. So I'm simply pressing view in full screen, and yeah, I'm closing this split view. All right, now we moved to TryHackMe's machine. We are in the TryHackMe's machine now. Now all we need is to spot the file, and we are in the home page now, Ubuntu, and from here I'm just searching for the file. I simply need to ls, and here you can see the folder called Mr.Phisher. Let me expand this little bit. Yeah, so I need to navigate to this directory, and here I'm having a couple of files. One file is with extension docm, another file is a zipped file. And first of all, before beginning, you have to understand what is the extension docm. So let's try to understand file extension docm. And here is the definition: a document created by Microsoft Word. Actually, it's a Word document extension and a popular word processor included in Microsoft 365. It contains embedded macros that can be executed within the document. So this is the crucial stuff. The M here in this extension denotes the macros. Macros are nothing but the added programming feature that will be running along with the Microsoft Office. So once you enable that the macro feature, it will be doing some programming stuffs. Actually, it is nothing but the visual basic macros, the visual basic script, which will be running at the back end. Actually, it was created to made, it was created to make our work easy. It was created to assist us, but threat actors nowadays using these macros for some nefarious purposes. Okay, now this is about this extension. Let's move on to this. Here, in order to analyze this docm file, you might need some exclusive tools, but let's see whether do we got those tools in this TryHackMe's machine. The tools are nothing but the OLE tools. I'm simply entering, searching for the OLE tools, but unfortunately, I don't have the OLE tools in TryHackMe's machine. But I am having that OLE tools on my machine. So here you can see the list of OLE tools which is in my machine. But here we have a problem. The tool that we need to analyze in the TryHackMe's machine. So what I'm doing, I'm going to transfer this file from TryHackMe's machine to my machine. And to do that, I'm simply going to spawn the Python web server. First of all, let me verify whether we have Python in this box. Yes, we do. And to spawn the Python, make sure you are in the respective directory. Yeah, we are in the respective directory. And from this directory, you are calling the Python 3 -m http dot server. It will eventually spawn the Python HTTP server. And before that, I need to know the IP address of this machine. And the IP address is nothing but 10.10.74.130. So that is the IP address here. And let me spawn the web server now. And I'll be running the web server on port 8080. All right. Okay, now this web server has started. Now let's move on to my machine, and we need to collect the file by accessing this web server that is running on this IP address 10.10.74.130. Yeah, now we are in. I'm using wget utility and http colon double slash 10.10.74.130, I hope, and the port is 8080, and I'm moving to that. I mean, I'm just calling the specific file that we need. Here you can see one docm file and one zipped file. We can call either of the file, because if you unzip this Mr.Phisher.zip, then eventually you will get this docm document only. So I'm directly going to import or get the document from this machine. So here we are. Uh, Let me copy this. It's quite difficult. All right. Now I'm slapping this. Yeah, now the file has downloaded. I already created a directory for the exercise Mr.Phisher, and here is the downloaded file. I'm trying to unzip this file now, and it is done. You can see the file name Mr.Phisher.tocm has been unzipped, and here is the file. And this file is same as this Mr.Phisher.docm. Now you can see, you can verify that with the hash. I mean, you can verify with the hash. You can compare both the file hashes and ensure we are handling the same file. SHA-256 sum and the file name Mr.Phisher.docm. Actually, this is the hash, SHA-256 hash. It begins with 51, ends with 86D. Let's see that. SHA-256 sum Mr.Phisher. Yeah, begins with 518, ends with 86D. The same document we are handling now. All right. Now, what we can do, maybe we can close this machine. This is no longer required, as we already got this document to our machine. I'll eventually shut that machine. So yeah, now let's begin our examination. So here we can see the file type. So here you can see it is Microsoft Word 2007 plus. Now let's see what are all the OLE tools that we've got. And OLE browse, OLE dir, OLE file, OLE ID. I'm using OLE ID first of all on this document to see what sort of document it is and what are the details it consists. So here I slapped it, actually giving all the outcome in a neat tabular view. And here you can see the file format is Microsoft 2007 plus. It's macro enabled document. Yes. And you can see the container format. It is an open XML format. I'll explain what is open XML format. And before that, you can see other status, whether it is encrypted or not. And also here you can see the VBA macros, separate entry for VBA macros. And here is the crucial thing. The VB macros, yes, actually it is containing some visual basics for application macros, and we have to uncover these macros. don't no need to worry. We are already having the OLE tools in handy, and you can see the XLM macros. XLM macros are not there, but XLM macros can be found in another type of Office document. And yeah, and also there is no external relationship from this document. It is not contacting any remote template. All right, now what we can do, let's try to uncover this Mr.Phisher.docm. Okay, now I wanted to showcase one more thing. So before you are uncovering the macros from this file, you need to understand one important stuff. And you need to understand the file structure of any Microsoft Office document. Now what I'm going to do, I am simply going to change this file extension. I'm simply copying this file to a zip file. I am simply changing its extension. I'm copying it. I'm going to keep this copy and also going to create a new file with zip extension. Now we got a couple of zip files in the directory, and this is the zip that we want to uncover. Now I'm going to unzip this, and before, yeah, let's do that. Unzip, just a zip. So here you can see it uncovered a lot of details, and if I ls, I can see all those details which are uncovered. And you can go through each and every folder and each and every file to understand this document type or document format better. And I'm going to this doc props. Here you can see a couple of XML files. Now you can understand, when we were doing, it was showing like the open office XML file in, I mean, the container format is open office XML, open XML, because the file extensions are XML. So it is actually having some files with external, I mean, XML extension. Now let's try to read out this content. Oh, sorry, we are in the wrong directory. Now I'm just catting this content. Here you can see the list of a bunch of XML stuffs here, and I'm going to underscore rels directory, and this is the directory where you'll be finding some files. And when you slap any external links within these files, then it will be, whenever you try to access the document, it will be trying to access some external location. And but anyway, that is the topic for another video. But now let's focus on this. And here you can see a bunch of files, and you can see these files VBA data.xml and VBA project.bin. These files seems to be interesting because usually the macros will be present in this file only, but this is just a manual, I mean, this is just a process of spotting the macros manually. But to simplify this process only, we've got this OLE tools. I just wanted to show these stuffs, these internal stuffs and all, to I mean, to explain the file format of the Office documents clearly. All right, now it's time to take up this actual document, and now we are going to call that actual OLE tool, and the tool is nothing but the OLE VBA to uncover the Visual Basic macros from the Office document. And I'm simply giving the file Mr.Phisher.docm against that, I mean, within that OLE VBA application. And here we are. We've got some interesting stuff. So what it will do, it will try to uncover that document, and I mean, uncover the macros from the document. It will extract the macros, and it will show in a neat way. So the presentation will be very good. So here you can see the file Mr.Phisher.docm, that is the actual file, and it's an open XML file type. And for now, VBA stomping cannot be detected for files in memory. So the VBA stomping is another interesting topic where the threat actors will be hiding the VBA scripts actually. So that is an interesting concept that I wish to showcase maybe in future videos. Okay, now let's focus on this one. Here you can see the document, this document.cls. Actually, this one is a macro document, but fortunately, it doesn't have any macros. It is empty macros. And you can see another file here. The file is new macros.bash. And when you scroll down, you can see some interesting stuffs. And also, you can see the file name word / VBA project.bin. We have already witnessed this specific file when we unzipped the file, and when we are going through the file structure, we found this document. And once you open this document and you have analyzed, then you should have found this specific code block. So this is the code block. This looks very interesting, and the rest of the things, we don't have any of the things. So here you can see the suspicious keyword chr. Chr means may attempt to obfuscate specific strings. It can be some obfuscation attempt, and you can see another word XOR may attempt to obfuscate specific strings. Yeah, so these are the keywords found to be suspective, I mean suspicious. So that is why it gave in the table. All right, now let's do one thing. I'm simply copying this code block because this code block is very interesting. We need to uncover this one. This might be giving the flags to us. All right, now let me open this. Oh, sorry, I missed it. I'm opening and slapping it in a Sublime text, and here you can see the actual macro content. And I'm simply pressing Control Shift P and calling for VB script. When I set the syntax for VB script, it is perfectly matching. So it is clearly shows that it is a VBA macro file, and I am enabling the word wrap. You can see the complete stuff here. So let's try to understand what it is actually doing. You can see the sub. Actually, sub is a keyword to specify a function. So I think that is what it is doing. And you can see the dim keyword. Dim keyword is usually used when you are defining any variable in Visual Basic. So that is what they are doing. They are defining a variable called a, and the brackets are nothing but it is denoting an array. That is the denotion. I mean, that is the denotion here. And you can see another dim here. They are defining another variable called b, and this time they are defining its type as string. Perfect. Now, so here you can see this, and it is containing some array. You can see some random numbers here. So you may be, you know, you might be in some mind block, or you might be wondering what sort of numbers it is. So let me explain this, what sort of numbers. But before that, here you can see the function for I equal to 0 to u bound of a. So what it is doing, let's try to understand what is the function u bound here, and also the chr function. So let's see, and u bound function in VB script. U-bound function returns the largest subscription for the indicated dimension of an array. Use U-bound function with L-bound function, determine the size of an array. Got it. So what they are doing, I think, with this U-bound function, they are finding the size of this array. So they are defining the range here. So from this code, you can understand this. Actually, from I equal to 0 to U-bound A. U-bound A in the sense the array size. How many members are there in this array? So that is what they are actually trying to define here. So it is just a for loop in VB script. And also you can see the main logic document, I mean the logic line, sorry. And here you can see what they are doing. First of all, let's try to understand this. A of I, the array name is A, and I is nothing but the index. And in array, index will be beginning with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is how the array will be growing. Actually, the index will be beginning with 0. So the A of 0 is nothing but 102. The A of 1 is nothing but 109. The A of 2 is nothing but 99. So this is the, I mean, this is the specific function to call, not a function, this is a method to call the members of array. And you can see the function here, XOR, not a function, actually it is like an operator, you can say. And these are the operands, the A of I and I are the operands, and XOR is the operator. So here it is performing the XOR operation between the index number and the actual number present in that index. For example, the first one you can take, actually the first one, the index is 0 and the first member is 1 or 2. The first member, I mean for this specific member, this specific XOR operation would be 102 XOR 0, and the next one it will be like 109 XOR 1, and the third one it will be 99 XOR 2. So that is how it will be. So they are performing XOR. So when they are getting the value for this XOR operation, they are simply doing the CHR conversion. So let's see what is CHR function here. The CHR function converts the specified ANSI character code to character. I'll explain this with Python. So let's see, first of all, let's see this one, 102. And here I'm actually opening the Python 3. Now I'm calling this value within the character function. And you can see the value. It is nothing but F. And if you look for the next value 109, I'm simply converting the doing the character conversion here, and it is M. And for the next one, it is 99, right? So let's do that. It is C. So this is the conversion actually. So once they perform the XOR operation, they are doing the character conversion. And here, what they are doing, they are actually merging all those things. So here, once they converted to the character code, it will be separated with the comma. It will be in the array format. So what they are doing, they are simply using this ampersand to concatenate the stuffs. So that is what this function. Maybe what we can do, we can try to create a simple Python code which will do this specific operation. Instead of VB script, we are just doing it in Python. Finally, we will be able to get the flag that we want. Okay, now I am creating a new file and I'm saving this file in Mr.Phisher folder. And here you can see I'm going to give Mr.Phisher.py, and this is what the file name that I'm giving. And yeah, here I created the Python file and I'm defining the syntax here. It will be Python. All right. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this array actually, and I'm giving the same name here, a equal to this array. In Python, there is an array equivalent stuff is called list. So this is the list. This is how you need to define the list. Within the square bracket, you have to define all the members of list. And this is how we defined, and we are going to read the members of list one by one. All right. Now I'm pressing Control B. Again, I'm facing some issue. What it is now? Name I is not defined. All right, now we cannot read this, but before that, let me try to read the length of the array, and this one we can do. I'm simply trying to get the length of the array. All right, now when I run, I can see 38. There are 38 members in this specific array. All right, now the length of array would be the limit for that for statement. Okay, now let's do that. I'm actually defining the for statement now. For I in range, I'm defining the range, and in this range, I'm adding the len a. Now this is the line that I wanted to mention. So this is how we are starting our for loop, and now I'm finishing this for loop statement with colon. And when I'm giving enter, here you can see some space in the line. This is called indentation in the Python language. And now what I can do, I'll be able to print the I here, I guess. Let's see what we are getting. Yeah, now you can see. Actually, here what we are doing, we are simply defining a range for this for loop. And here you can see the outcome. It is actually ending in 37. Earlier we have seen this array contained 38 items. Now you can see the range is from 0 to 37. That is what we did with this line. And you can see the range of length of a. What is the range of length of a? Let's try to print that, and here you can see the value. range is 0 to 38. So that is what it defines. When we are specifying any value within this range function, it will be taking it as a range 0 to that specific number we are specifying, and it will be like 0 to 37 obviously. All right, now we got that array range, and now what we need to do, actually we have defined this specific for loop line. Now next we have to perform this XOR operation. And in Python, for the XOR operation, it is like a it's a cap symbol. You need to specify the cap symbol in Python for this XOR operation. All right, now let's do that. What I need to do, I need to, yeah, XOR. All right, now let me, a of I. So let's try to print the elements of the list in Python. And now I'm pressing B. Here you can see the elements of the Python list is getting printed. All right, now what we have to do, we are simply capping this and doing this XOR operation with the index values nothing but I. Perfect. Now what it will do, it will take this value and it will do it with the I value, the respective I value. We are keeping this line within the loop. All right, now let's see what we are getting. Yeah, here we are getting some different value. Now you can see the value, it is ending with 125. Before it was different, it was 88, because it is doing some XOR operation. When it is doing some XOR operation, already obviously the values will be changing. Now we did some phenomenal work, and we have to put everything within the character function. Now we are converting the specific values to character code. I mean the ASCII, from the character code to ASCII we are converting. Now let's see this. Let's see the outcome. Now here you can see it is actually coming in the flag format. You can see the outcome here. It is actually giving the flag. So this will be the flag, but you can see every letter in the separate line. We have to bring all these values within, I mean, in a same line. And for that, what we can do, and this is where we are going to create an output array. The output array is nothing but, yeah, an empty array, not an array, the list, pardon me. It is an empty list. So what we are going to do, we are going to slap each and every values that we are getting within this out list, the list called out. All right, now let's try to append something with this. How can I do that? Let me comment out this line, and I'm actually out dot append, I guess. Out dot append, and here I'm appending the values I, and let me print the out here. Perfect. Now when I run this, yeah, I'm getting all these index values are getting printed in a same line. So this is what we want. Now what we can do, we are simply going to replace this I with this specific operation, XOR operation. Oh gosh. Perfect. Now I think we are good to go. When I press Control B, you can see all those values came in a same line, and still we need to do one thing, join all these elements of the list that are in the same line. And for that, this is very simple, and we are going to put this all these contents within a join function. And here you can see, and before that we need to mention the empty string, and empty string dot joining the values. Now I'm simply giving control B the execution, and eventually it is giving me the flag. And when I slap the flag here, yeah, with this we have accomplished this exercise, Mr. Phisher. I guess I explained a lot of stuffs here, though it is a simple exercise, but I just wanted you to understand this from the scratch. That's why I took some time and explained all those basic stuffs. And yes, this is what I wanted to explain. Hope you really enjoyed this. If you really did, hit the like button, consider subscribing my channel. If you have any other opinion, put it in the comment section. I'll be reading and replying to your valid questions. And also, you can share this video among the community and your friends. I'll catch you next time with another exciting video. Until then, cheers. I'm signing off and I love you all. Thank you so much.